Hello everyone, this is Dr. Geri Puleo, the President and CEO of Change Management Solutions. And today I'm going to talk to you in a little bit more detail about the 2-year time period to recover from burnout. Okay, now I know some of you are saying, my God, 2 years, that's going to take too much time. All I have to do is leave my job, that's the stressor, and then I'm going to be fine. Well, that's not really the way burnout works, because burnout, a full-blown burnout, affects you physically, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically. And it changes your perception. Now, to recover from burnout involves 3 steps. First of all, you have to decide to either psychologically or physically remove yourself from the stressful situation. Now, if this is in a workplace situation, a lot of times it means that you're going to end up quitting your job. That would be a physical removal. Or you may just decide to change your attitude towards the work, which would be more of a psychological withdrawal. In other words, with a psychological withdrawal from work, you're still performing, but you're not given that little extra something to it. It's presenteeism. You're there, but you're doing the bare minimum that you have to do in order to retain your job. Most of my participants, like well over 90% in my research, decided to leave the employer. And many of them, in fact, left the industry altogether because they thought it wasn't just stressful in their employer's workplace, but it was just permeating their entire industry. So they ended up becoming career changers. Now, once you decide to physically and psychologically remove yourself from the stressor that has been contributing to your burnout, you then have to engage in fearless self-reflection. Now, what are you thinking about? You're not blaming yourself for not responding to stress well. What instead you're doing is identifying your unique burnout stressors or triggers. It's those things that when they happen that they really push your button, so to speak. And you need to determine what the external causes are. Was it a boss who was a bully? Was it an incredibly unachievable workload? Or what are the internal triggers for your burnout? Are you a perfectionist? Do you tend to procrastinate? Are you a people pleaser? You have to look at both the internal and external stressors that are your unique burnout triggers. And when you're going through this process, because remember, it does take about 2 years to recover from burnout, make sure you don't judge your progress. It's going to take time, so you need to be kind to yourself during your recovery and to be patient. Remember, you can take little baby steps. And the recovery requires that you look at your work environment, you look at your work habits, and you look at how much self-care you have been giving to yourself. So it does take 2 years to recover from burnout, but one of the things you need to remember is that recovery from burnout often leads to post-burnout growth, and that's a good thing. Good luck.